Alright guys, so today I'm talking Alright, so we're back on the 6 liter. This is mostly out of necessity, but here it is. Now the rear cover's on, timing chain's in, timing cover's in, rotating assembly I took back out and kind of straightened out a few things. A couple of the rings I noticed were kind of scratching up the cylinder walls prematurely, so I went in, smoothed those out. Just got everything kind of up to tip-top shape, and now everything's back together. Now the last thing I need to do is put cylinder heads on, which I have over here. These I took over to a local machine shop, and they ground all the valves, got all the valve seats and valves ready, assembled them for me. I'm running Pack 1219 valve springs, Brian Tooley Racing valve stem seals, and then just OEM valvetrain parts for the most part. We are starting with zero hardware, so I got to throw the dowels in this thing to locate the gaskets and the cylinder heads. And then we're throwing in the lifters. Got some more high lift Johnsons and new lifter trays, lifter tray bolts. Got some PQY head studs. Gonna try these out. And then just like in the 5.3 where we use the LS9 small bore gasket, we now have LS9 just regular gaskets, which are good for 6 liter and 6.2. So that doesn't hurt us. All in all, with the skim cut on the cylinder heads and the flat top pistons and the 799 cylinder heads that I ended up going with, we're looking at about 10.7 to 1 static compression ratio. So it's going to be pretty healthy, pretty stout little motor. But enough talking, time to start assembly. I'll put you guys on a time lapse because this takes a while. night 2 of working on this, at least this week. So, I successfully installed the cylinder heads. There were those PQI head studs I was talking about in the last couple videos, Gen 3 style, which is the 97 to 03 style head stud with the 3 different size bolts. I got various sources saying either torque them all the way to 70 or 80 foot-pounds. I opted for 70, and then I kind of tweaked it a little bit, and everything torqued up just fine. Honestly, you just got to really make sure that the washers are clean, because they have the oil on them. They'll spin and act like a bearing, and you'll break a stud off in the head or in the block. And I've done that before. That's literally what I did on the very first build, and I had to basically junk the block because I couldn't get the rest of the stud out. So that'll happen, but it's not the end of the world. At the time, 5.3s are still pretty cheap, and I really wanted to get the project done, so I bought one as quick as I could. All I'm doing now is setting this thing up for the push rods and the rocker arms. These are some cam motion push rods, chromoly 7400 length, standard LS rocker arm length or push rod length, and 80 thousandths wall, so pretty standard stuff. This is basically the exact same as the BTR ones I have in the 5.3 right now. They're just gonna get put in here. How did I come up with the 7400 push rod length? I just kind of guessed, honestly. You're supposed to use a push rod checker, length checker. I'm kind of doing the wrong thing and just putting in stock push rods, assuming that the aftermarket cam I have is going to be the correct, what's it called, lobe, or similar lobe to what a stock cam is, and then also hoping that that jives with my skim cut heads and that the length will be just fine, which it should be. What hydraulic rockers are for, is to kind of take up some of that slop. So I'll put you guys on a time lapse and then kind of just start installing stuff as I go forward. So 1 second. All I'm going to do is blast out the push rods with some brake clean and make sure all the passageways are clear, and then start installing them. So if you see me kind of looking at these and installing them kind of funny, it's because I want all the logos to face the same way. So I'm going to have them where the numbers are all going down. So it's cam motion and then the actual specs and dimensions of the push rod on it. And all I'm doing is I'm dipping them in some 2050 VR1, just the engine oil. Just want everything to be as lubed as possible. Okay. So definitely some more resistance now that the valve train's in. But we don't have any dead stops, so that probably means that we're good on piston to valve clearance. Oh yeah, we got compression. At least what my finger says. But it's all there. These rocker arms are some generic Speedway Motors rocker arms with the trunnion kit already installed, so it saves me some time, and it's a new rocker arm that's steel, so I don't got to worry about it. This should be pretty good. Once I get an intake for this, which should be showing up hopefully here shortly, I might try and run this on the stand, or maybe even take it to the engine dyno. We'll see how I feel. Either way, this is gonna run hopefully pretty soon, because I want to have this thing done by duct tape drags, which is early October, or mid-October I should say. So, a few more things to do, and this girl will be ready. Just waiting on harmonic balancer, intake, a couple of little odds and ends, little fittings, like the fitting that actually goes down here for the oil pressure feed. I might just route that off the other engine. Other than that, we're doing pretty good.